What is up, comic fam? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today we're going to be looking at new comic books for next week, which is going to be June 1st, 2022. We're going to see what's dropping, what books have made the Legion list, but first, check this out. Shout out to Big Time Collectibles for sponsoring the channel and the monthly Legion Loot giveaway. If you want to see what's included in this month's giveaway for the channel members, be sure to check out my Instagram page where I'll be posting today the contents of the giveaway for the month of May. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, hit up my boy Justin over at Justin Comics on Instagram. Use that promo code WeAreLegion and take advantage of the special offer he has running right now. And also, I do want to put out a reminder that the channel membership is live. Down next to the subscribe button is the join button where you can see what the bonuses and perks are for becoming a member of the Legion. And I'm mentioning that now more than I usually do because it's going to be very, very important. There's a huge announcement coming out. Something has been in the works with me and a fellow YouTuber. We're trying to do something epic that has not been done before, so you don't want to miss out on that. Also, you can kind of keep track of what's going on by following my Instagram page, because we're going to be posting on that platform as well to try to share what's going to be happening with the community at large. So let's get right into it. This is another great week for comics. It's not nearly as big as last week, but it's definitely a moderate week filled with bangers, as they would say. So first up, we have the Batman Annual for 2022. So I'm a little bit excited for this one for a couple of reasons. For one, it's capping off Joshua Williams' Abyss storyline that went on where Lex Luthor was being hunted down by Batman Inc. and all this kind of good stuff in Abyss, blah, blah, blah. But needless to say, since then, we have seen through the Alpha War or Shadow War, the crossover between Deathstroke, Robin, and Batman, where Ghostmaker and Clown Hunter have kind of been there. And we've seen an updated version of Clown Hunter. So this is supposed to be giving us more insight into that, where Batman is giving Ghostmaker the reins to kind of manage, fund, and watch over Batman Inc. And we know that Clown Hunter was put under his wing to be trained by Ghostmaker because they had more of a bonding connection than, say, Batman himself, or just sending him off with the Teen Titans. So I'm excited to see what's going on with Clown Hunter. Bao Pham, he was such a cool character, and he's kind of been just in the wings for a little while here. So we've been getting little teases, little panels here and there with him included in it. Now we're going to get some detail and insight into what's going on with him as a ward for Ghostmaker. I'm not the biggest Ghostmaker fan, but he definitely has room to be a cool character. And I think Clown Hunter has a lot of room to grow. So I'm really excited to dive into this and get some answers to that. Next up, we have Action Comics Annual for 2022 as well. This is a gorgeous cover. The colors on it are unbelievable. But if you notice on the thumbnail of this video, there was a homage to Action Comics #1 by none other than Steve Rude. So there is an amazing variant for this one as well. It's going to be hard to choose between the two. I'm going to try to narrow it down to one, but I might end up with both. But anyways, as you can tell from the cover of this, we're getting Tale of Two Titans, which is referring to Superman as well as Mongol. Philip Kennedy Johnson has really scripted an amazing saga. This has been an event like I have not read in a while for Superman. Straight to the core of the character, he has knocked this out of the park. And we're finally getting some secrets revealed to Mongol's origin. He's introduced us to this new concept of Mongol, that it's more of a title than an individual, and you can only become Mongol by usurping the one that was before you, building this more and more powerful Mongol as the years go. And we also have this shadowy character that was brought into the very first issue of this saga that we haven't seen until last week's issue. So I'm curious of who it is, how he's really pulling the strings of Mongol behind the scenes. And they introduce this whole new power source and these old gods that we have never seen before, that Mongol's after this ultimate power in the universe and everything. So hopefully we'll dive more into that, because he's taken this story and really has opened the floodgates to a cosmic level event that he's dealing with here. So if you have not been reading Action Comics, I know Superman's not everybody's cup of tea. I love the guy. That's why I've got on my little comfy tee here even. But I highly suggest going back, picking up some trades, or back reading this Action comic run by Philip Kennedy Johnson. It is top notch. Next up, we'll return to the book that everyone's been buzzing about, including myself. This is Nice House on the Lake, issue number 9 by none other than James Tynion IV. And that last one, I don't know if you watched my live review show on Sundays, but I wasn't blown out of the park with that last issue. It was okay, but I felt like we were kind of just sitting there spinning our tires. So I'm expecting this one to hit the ground running, give us that mysterious vibe again, with the tons of new questions laying on top of us, with this mystery that keeps getting bigger and bigger, with just little crumbs of answers that keep me like keep me right there baited. And I'm expecting at this point, with only 3 issues, 19, 4 counting this one left, that we're going to be getting some revelations dropping finally. We've got to get some major stuff happening to really build on at this point, because this is such a vast story that we've gotten no solid answers yet, other than what certain characters are, and that's pretty much it. I don't want to say too much more about this. If you haven't read it, the journey through this book is one time. Like, once you've read it, you've read it. There's always more to go back to and get little details of, I'm sure, because it's so vast, but I dare not spoil anything for this on this segment. Next up, we have Ghost Rider issue number 3. I've been loving this series. The first 2 issues were phenomenal. So I guess we're getting more of the idea of the format of how this series is going to look. We have Ghost Rider trying to find answers to his time in Hayden Falls, where we saw him waking up in that first issue. And upon trying to find these answers, he runs into a murderous trucker. So it's looking like this book is almost going to be episodical, or each issue, Ghost Rider is going to found evil lurking somewhere and dealing with that and kind of building on the overall story arc. But I've absolutely loved it. The bike design is great. I mean, look at that. Cale New is crushing it with these A covers. So I'm just in for the ride. We're riding. Next up, another huge one, Justice League Road to Dark Crisis issue number 1. This is just a one-shot, another book kicking off this event. So we had Death of the Justice League that really set this whole event into motion, which is DC's summer blockbuster series Dark Crisis. And then we had the free comic book day prologue. So this is supposed to be it all starts here kind of thing, but it started. So this is just placing our characters and seeing where they're at after the death of the Justice League. How's the world handling it? How are certain characters handling it? As you see on the cover, we've got Nightwing, John, Wally, Hal, and Jackson. So I'm assuming that those will be our focal point of this issue, as well as Pariah. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with these people, where they're at, and I'm expecting some big things from this series. I'm just hugely into it. And if you didn't know, myself and Sector 2815 right here on YouTube are doing a Dark Crisis deep dive every week when one of these titles come out that is associated with this event. We're doing a full review, breakdown, and discussion on that title over on his YouTube channel. Be sure to check out Sector 2815's YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button and be sure to check that out, because there's going to be the whole series and a massive giveaway at the end for some lucky winners. So you don't want to miss out on that over there. Next up, we have Rick Remender's Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, issue number 8. This has been a fun book, and this one, Sonny's supposed to come face to face with the person that he's been impostoring. So this is just a wild one, very visual storytelling, a bunch of assassins after each other, cutthroat stuff, cutting each other. It's just wild. It's weird. It's very weird, but it's intriguing. It's got me hooked. And then next up, the finale to Shadow War with the one-shot Shadow War Omega. We started it with Shadow War Alpha, crossed over through the titles, and now here we are at the end. Will Talia get Deathstroke? Will his name be cleared? How is this all going to play out? Only one way to find out, and that's in the pages of this. I avoided the synopsis for this. I don't want anything from it because this is the finale to it. So I'm excited. It's been fun. It's been really good. Not really following Robin or Deathstroke Inc. outside of this event. Definitely reading Batman, but it's definitely been worth the read. The art's been fun. John Boyd Myers has crushed it with a lot of the covers for this. So I definitely, if you've read it, you've read it. I wouldn't tell anyone to go rush and read it or anything. It was pretty par for the course in that sense, but it was a good event inside of these titles without it being some kind of big major crossover event. But Joshua Williamson did really good. And lastly, for this week, I am picking up a copy of Closet Issue 1. This is a new series from Image Comics, and this specifically is John Jang's variant for it. I can't remember what shop I ordered it from, but I'm sure if you look it up, you can find it if you need it. But I always after those Jang covers, as you all know. And that's all that I have on the list for this week. If you want to know what my top pick for the week is and why, check out the Comic Vets channel. Every Sunday, he posts up a video where him and I each give you one top pick for the week and tell you why you should consider picking it up. And a huge shout out to the Augusta Book Exchange. They're the keepers of my comics, the guardians of my pool box. They make sure everything I'm looking for is safe and secure right there every week. You'll find no better customer service anywhere. If you're ever in the Augusta area, drop in, tell Paul and Donna what's up, and let them know that we are Legion. And if you want to come hang out and talk comics live every Sunday, 9 p.m. right here on the channel, myself, the Comic Vet, and Ryan, a.k.a. the Cosmic Campfire, break down this week of comics, movies, news, and so much more. We have a blast hanging out. be sure to come kick it with us. And until next time, guys, like I said, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.